again, when you see what's going on there in North Carolina, all those Republicans I talk about, it's amazing how quiet they are. It's amazing how Chris Kobach, who lost in Kansas, who was talking about voter fraud and with his commission, saying nothing, Trump saying nothing. What Republicans are doing in North Carolina is flat out theft.
I understand what you're saying. I'm the first one to say, if it's wrong, it's wrong. And you got to call a spade a spade. So there's no shame in what I'm going to say, because I'm straightforward. If it's a wrong thing, it's a wrong thing. I think when you look at those issues with the McCrae guy and what's been going on, they are questionable. So I would say there needs to be investigation in that regard. I would also say, before we jump to the accusations that nobody's speaking out on and nobody's saying nothing, perhaps we need to investigate a little bit further and say, hey, what are you guys saying and what can be done? Because I don't think, just looking at it, I'm just saying, hold up, just looking at it.
No, they've done a lot of investigating already. If I may, Roland, let me just say this. I've looked at local reports in preparation to be here tonight, and not only were they sloppy about it, which tells you they've done it before, this Dowless individual, right? But a local camera crew from local news went out and interviewed two North Carolina County residents who had said that Dowless's people came out. They gave them an unsealed absentee ballot. One couldn't read, and the other one couldn't remember who he had voted for, and he had only voted for in 2 races, but he had filled out the ballot. They had helped him fill out the rest of the ballot, and he couldn't remember who he had voted for. And so there's a substantial amount of evidence, empirical data, yes, but real hardcore witness testimonial evidence here that if the state or the commission investigates it, you're either going to get a new election or you don't count all of those votes, which means the Democrat is not stealing the election. It's righteously giving that individual the election. They'll try not to do another one if they can on the North Carolina law, but otherwise the better way to do it is just throw out those ballots that you have that are seriously questionable.
Leo, we have covered the shenanigans, the evil things the North Carolina GOP has been doing, and I'm saying it for a reason, because what they have done by having a supermajority is callous and shameful, and the reason I am blasting them by name for saying nothing. Even if you want to say wait for an investigation, you at least could have the decency to say, hey, there's a problem here, let's get it right. But they don't want to do that because this shows how Republicans have been involved in a wrongdoing. Cleo?
Well, not only does it show wrongdoings on the behalf of Republicans, the people that you're talking about who won't say anything benefit from this fraud. This is something that's helping them. So they're not going to, and obviously Trump cares nothing about honesty and being appropriate and integrity. So they're not offended by this anyway. And the bottom line, as I said, it's good that you're blasting them, because somebody needs to blast them, because there's people all over the media landscape who I think are on their side as well, who are very neutral in terms of how they talk about the incident. But the bottom line is that the people that you're talking about who won't say anything are not going to say anything, because all this corruption is in benefit to them.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. We transition into the holiday season. This is the time when we start thinking about giving and sharing. Sometimes the best gift you can give somebody is an opportunity that could potentially change their lives economically. That's why our friends at Transatlantic Real Estate have created an investment opportunity for the everyday investor. It involves legal marijuana and crowdfunding. No, we ain't trying to give you weed. We're trying to get you to make money off of weed. Now, we all know that legal marijuana has created one of the fastest growing industries in America, a multi-billion-dollar industry. We also know that crowdfunding makes it easy to be an early investor to get in on an opportunity. It really is a no-brainer. But it gets even better. Transatlantic Real Estate is different. They have a business model that is simple to understand. They buy land that supports marijuana grow operations and lease it to licensed, high-paying tenants. Now, did you hear that? You are investing in the landlord of a licensed marijuana farm in a high-growth market. And for a limited time, you can invest as little as $300 up to $10,000 before the company goes public. Now, here's some more good news. They recently extended the offer, which means you still have time if you take action now. Now, keep in mind, you must complete and confirm your application to participate. So be sure to complete the process. Now, look, don't spend all your money over the holidays and end up with empty pockets and buying stuff that you're not going to be able to use a year from now. Instead, get a return on your investment you can also consider making an investment for someone special. How's that for a holiday gift? Yes, you're welcome. To get started, go to marijuanastock.org. That's marijuanastock.org to get in the game right now. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered.